All right, let's dive right in. So you're ready to learn Hindi using AI, which is awesome. But you're probably staring at this giant wall of apps and tools, all promising the world, and asking yourself, which ones do I actually need? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise and build your perfect AI toolkit from the ground up. Does this sound a little too familiar? You get that burst of motivation, you subscribe to a couple of services, download a bunch of apps, and then a month later, you're just feeling overwhelmed. Your wallet's a bit lighter, and you're not really using any of them consistently. This is a real thing. We call it tool paralysis, and honestly, it's probably the biggest roadblock for self-learners out there. But don't you worry, we've got a clear path forward. First, we'll tackle that tool overload problem head on. Then we'll pick your foundational AI platform. After that, we'll add in some essential tools for specific skills, show you how to build a daily system, and then wrap up with a concrete action plan you can start like today. Okay, section 1, the AI tool overload. This is all about getting to the heart of the problem we're trying to solve here. This idea that having more choices doesn't always mean better learning. Sometimes it just means more confusion. I mean, these are the classic traps, right? You end up paying for premium features you never even touch. You completely miss out on some amazing free tools that are hiding in plain sight. Or, my personal favorite, you jump from one shiny new app to the next every week, which totally destroys any real progress. So remember, the goal isn't to have more tools, it's to have a small, powerful toolkit that you actually use every single day. So what's the answer? Well, it's not about collecting a dozen different apps. As we're about to see, it's about starting with one single, powerful core platform. Think of this as the foundation for your entire Hindi learning house. And when we talk about that foundation, it really boils down to three main contenders: ChatGPT from OpenAI, Claude from Anthropic, and Gemini from Google. You should think of one of these as your main study buddy, your go-to partner for questions, practice, and planning out your lessons. Okay, let's break this down because this is really important. Here's the bottom line. ChatGPT Plus, with its voice mode, is the absolute king for conversation practice, no question. Claude, on the other hand, is like having a grammar professor in your pocket. It gives these incredibly detailed explanations. And Gemini is just a fantastic, super powerful, free option, especially if you're already in the Google ecosystem. So that, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question. It's not about which tool is the best in a vacuum. It's about which combination is the absolute best fit for what you want to achieve. And of course, for your budget. Let me make this super simple for you. If your budget is $0, no problem. Combine the free versions of Gemini and Claude, you'll have a powerhouse duo. If you can spend $20 a month, ChatGPT Plus is without a doubt the best bang for your buck. And if you're a super serious learner, like you're all in on fluency, combining ChatGPT Plus with Claude Pro gives you the absolute ultimate toolkit. But look, if you're going to make me pick just one, my recommendation for most people is this: ChatGPT Plus. Seriously, for anyone who's serious about learning Hindi, the ability to have a real-time spoken conversation with your AI tutor, that's an absolute game changer. That one feature is worth the price of admission, period. Okay, so once you've picked your core platform, it's time to add a few specialized tools to your belt. In this next part, we're going to look at some apps and extensions that target very specific skills, like pronunciation and reading, that your main AI might not cover quite as deeply. Let's just be real for a second. Speaking Hindi correctly is hard. I mean, you've got sounds like the retroflex ta and da. That's where you have to curl the tip of your tongue way back to touch the roof of your mouth. We just don't have that in English. In the old days, you need a private tutor for this. But now, AI voice tools can give you unlimited, patient, and totally judgment-free practice whenever you want. And this right here, this is exactly how you do it. Look at this prompt. You're not just asking a simple question. You're setting the rules for an entire coaching session. You're telling the AI how to give you feedback, creating this little practice loop that actually forces you to get better. This is how you really take charge of your own learning. So beyond your core AI, these four are the essentials. I'm talking must-haves. Language Reactor turns your Netflix and YouTube time into actual lessons. Google Input Tools makes typing in Hindi a breeze. Anki is a legendary flashcard system for drilling vocabulary into your brain. And HelloTalk connects you with real native speakers. The best part? They're all either free or super cheap. Now, having a list of great tools is one thing, but the real magic, and I mean the real magic, happens when you stitch them together into a daily learning system. And that's what we're covering next. This is how you go from just messing around with apps to making real, consistent, measurable progress. And just look at how simple and effective this can be. 10 minutes in the morning. That's it for vocabulary with ChatGPT and Anki. 10 minutes during your commute for listening practice. And 10 minutes in the evening for actual conversation practice with ChatGPT's voice mode. See? It's not about finding hours of free time you don't have. It's about transforming these little pockets of your day that already exist. All right, we've gone through the why and the how. Now it's time for the final and most crucial section, your action plan. This is all about turning these ideas into reality and actually building your toolkit, starting right now. Here are your exact next steps. A simple checklist. Number 1, pick your core AI platform based on your budget. 2, install those key browser extensions. 3, download Anki and find a good starter Hindi deck. 4, if you went with ChatGPT Plus, go test the voice mode for 5 minutes right away. And finally, this is the most important one, open your calendar and physically block out that 30-minute daily slot for your new Hindi system. So, the toolkit is designed. The plan is laid out. The technology is here. The system is clear. The only real question left is the one right there on your screen. This isn't about some goal for way off in the future. How are you, personally, going to use this system to build a consistent learning habit? Not next week, not someday, but starting tomorrow.